everyone, welcome once again to Wednesday Wins, and you already know what we do here. But if you are new to our YouTube channel, Wednesday Wins is a program where we talk about and celebrate those who have and are winning and doing exceptionally well in their field. And today I have an exceptional young man who is doing tremendously great in his field. He's a barrister and a child rights advocate. Please make welcome Barrister Udo Chukwu. You're absolutely welcome, sir.
Thank you.
So great to have you in the studio and on the show today.
Thank you.
So we see that you are, a barrister and you're doing a whole lot, in that field, and also a child rights advocate. Can you, just share with us what inspired you to, take this path on your, this part?
Okay, first of all, I want to say a big thank you to, first of all, God Almighty for giving me the privilege to be here, and secondly to the CIC Foundation for the privilege to be here too. I'm very grateful.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, now back to the question. What inspired me to, delve into child rights advocacy? Yeah, very simple. I had empathy, and I wanted to make impact. So empathy and impact was a drive. These were two factors or two key factors that inspired me to pursuing this common goal. And from the time I made that decision, I've not looked back, and that's been great. We have ups and downs, but definitely we've been moving because we believe that you never can say never.
Yeah.
You keep pushing.
Yeah.
So, and given the fact that I was once a child, and there are things I never had as a child. The opportunities I never had as a child. There were, rooms I never occupied as a child, and I deem it fit to see how can I be able to create that opportunity for other young minds, and to make sure that they also have a grip of what I couldn't have, or a bite of what I never had while growing up. And that drive has always been there. So it stemmed from the fact that empathy was key. To create a sustainable impact was also fundamental.
Amazing. So that means even beyond being, some people just pursue a career and just want to make money and all of that. But for you, it was more. It was deeper than that, like a sense of impacting your society, your community. Right?
Yeah.
So you spoke about the ups and downs that you had when you were speaking, that there were ups and downs, but you just had to keep pushing. Yeah. But before we even go into some of the ups and downs, because definitely we know that you're going to have all of that, we want to know how you started, some of the processes you went through to actually even becoming a law practitioner and now making tremendous impact for kids across Nigeria.
Okay, first of all, just it started from the drive.
Yeah.
And the drive was the fundamental thing that made me to. I saw a gap. And in solving problem, you must have to identify a gap.
Yeah.
And the gap was the niche I needed to fill. And upon discovery of that gap, I felt like being a lawyer could be able to amplify that voice.
Yeah.
And to create the desired change in a positive direction. And that was from that day the dream, action started. After the dream, some people say dream is what keeps you going every time.
Yeah.
And because of that change I wanted to make, or the impact I wanted to make, I started taking calculated action steps to get to that destination. I'm not yet there, but we're on the process. I'm on the track.
Yes.
And it has been wonderful.
Calculated steps. I feel like that's really important, because many people would stay in the realm of, oh my God, I have this dream, I want to do this, I want to do that, but actually never take action. You never actually take the step to bring this dream to life, because your dreams do not actually just come to life by just sitting at home and just dreaming about it, right? You have to take, those steps, and like you said, calculated steps, and that's really inspiring. Let's go to the ups and downs, because I know that every impactful story has the back end, the challenges. Some of the times you had no, some of the times everything you had processed did not go as you planned. So tell us some of the challenges you have faced on this journey and how you overcame.
Okay, first of all, I think the first challenge was when I took my first jam, anticipating to be a lawyer, coming out from school, when you were just barely 17 years plus, and then you had the dream that by 21 you should be able to be done with university, and then you'd be facing other stuff, but it never worked as anticipated, because they say if wishes were horses, beggars will ride on it. So definitely it took me extra 3 jams to get to this destination. But I didn't stop even when I was hopeful for it. I started a course in public administration in a higher institution.
Public administration.
Yeah. So, and I also jammed that same year. When grace came calling that I was able to secure admission on merit, and then I had to quickly withdraw from that place and then focused on law. And so that was the beginning of the journey. And from there, went through school. There were times I could have given up. The first year in university, I had an accident that could have made me to stop. The management said, you can't write this exam. I looked at myself, I've prepared for the exam, and on the eve of the exam, I had an accident. So I was in pool of pain, blood, but I told them I'm going to write this exam. And they had to now park the car in case if I should break down, they easily just convert me to the clinic. But I was laughing within my mind, because I knew that by the grace of God, I was strong within. So just a physical bruise, but I was resilient enough, and I wrote the exams, and the rest is a history, and came out as one of the best in the whole faculty, best 6. So that was it, and then from there we went to law school, and we came out as well, and to God be the glory. So there have been ups and downs. Then in the actual career part of it, I could remember, leaving the law school, hoping the fantasy that as soon as you're coming out, you are getting a good job, but it never, materialized at that point in time. But I kept showing up, kept putting, my best foot forward, despite the obstacles. And by the grace of God, each step I've taken or life has pushed me to has always had a lesson. Like you said, kind of, you can say, an icing on the cake. So, and and at the end of the day, this is my 5 years post-call in the active practice. So, and I didn't want to be actively in practice. I wanted to be in the development space, create the impact in the area of human rights, child rights. But I discovered that I can't be able to lend my voice more vocally without being in the courtroom. So the last 5 years post-call have been in the courtroom, and we've been there. We've been able to get justice for children, for youths, and reunite them to their parents. And it has not been easy. There were obstacles, there were threats. Sometimes you are coming back home very late in the night. Sometimes you can't remember when last you cooked. As a young person, for 3 months, I didn't know what it takes to cook, so I just have to, be there. Then other obstacles, I had the opportunity to travel to United States in 2023, for a program. Other things we are, ready, but I had kind of a setback, and at the end of the day, my passport, everything was there, but one or two things happened, which I can't be able to say all. At the end of the day, I couldn't make it. But when I look back, have a retrospective.
How did that make you feel? Having all of that planned out and it didn't work out.
Yeah, every human being, we all, who doesn't want to go to United States? Everyone wants to go. So, but I don't want to live there forever anyway. I love my country. So, but
that's nice.
Yeah, but going there was for a program.
Yeah.
But after everything was set, in place, Unfortunately, one or two things happened, and then we couldn't be able to get that. So when I started to call someone over there, the person said, "I could have told." I said, "Don't mind, you know." I wanted to figure it out by myself. I didn't even tell my parents. Nobody knew. I wanted to do my thing myself.
Did it make you feel like, did you make you feel like dejected, so
No,
sad,
no,
giving up or something?
I won't give up. I've been through
Never.
more tough things. So,
To give up now.
because I know definitely
Yeah.
I'll tell the world. So
Yeah.
it's not an option. So definitely, it's just like it made me to unlearn some things, and then look at what I couldn't do better. Questions I couldn't ask to get what I wanted.
She wanted.
Because I knew if I have asked one or two persons, could I be able to provide me the information I needed, to do that. But that was by the way. But the future looks still bright.
Yeah, because while you were speaking, you talked about how some of these challenges, even though they looked like challenges, they were lessons that they brought, right?
Yeah.
You learned certain things. Maybe you didn't do this well, how to readjust and position yourself well. Let's talk about some of the lessons you have learned.
Okay, one of the lessons I've learned is learning is very crucial, it's very fundamental. Then you must be open to criticism, constructive criticism, because you can never go far if you don't accept critics.
Yeah.
It can be constructive, and it can be objective, it can be subjective. So it depends on the perspective you take it from. So, but in all, you must be humble to learn. You must be open to learning. You must be able to see the need to unlearn. Because there are things you think you know, but when you come into a space, information is transient. It's not static. So you must be able to unlearn some of the things you think you knew before.
Yeah.
And when you are coming to a room, you have to come with an open mind.
Yeah.
Don't come in with "I know it all," because definitely you'll be shooting yourself on the foot. So you must come in with an open mind to learn. Even if it's a child, I learn from children.
Wow.
Yeah, I learn from children, I learn from adults, I learn from peers, because you don't know it all.
Yeah.
If you say you know it all, that means that's the end of life. And you keep learning to the day you die.
Yes.
So except if you don't want to create further impact, because it's until you yearn, you can't learn. So you yearn, you learn, and you earn.
Yeah.
So it's the more you learn, because you've yearned for change, then the more you can learn, and then you can earn. Because nobody can pay you beyond what you have upstairs.
A lot of young people are, very key on the part of earning, and they are not patient enough to learn. They don't even have the ability to yearn. All they're just thinking about is, I want to make money, I want to make money, I want to make money, and skip the entire process and just look for easy ways to make it. But as you can see, that's not how life works. You have to go through the process and all. So in conclusion, right, I want you to speak to the youth, and not just the youth, but anyone watching, anyone who is interested to also create an impact in society and do exceptionally well as God is helping you to do. What is your advice? What do you think that you can pass to the audience?
Okay, to every listener out there, my humble appeal to, as I'm advising you as myself too, is you first of all have to find your place in Christ, because without Christ you can't have direction.
Yeah.
But some people can say maybe don't atheists, that they know some atheists who are doing fine. I want to assure you that those atheists, deep down, they are having a whole lot of regret. Their hearts are empty, their hearts are looking for a solution, but they don't have. So first of all, the basic foundation is to first of all have Christ.
Yeah.
Because that's the foundation. Everything revolves around him.
That is so profound and also very, very important for our generation and everyone out there to learn. It's been an amazing time at the studio with our barrister, and we hope to have you with us some other time. Yes. So to everyone out there who is listening, as you have heard our resource person speak so profoundly, please take every word he has said to heart. So you yearn, you learn, and then you definitely will earn. Until next time, Bye.